Austraeoh by Imploding Colon, read by Deathlight. Chapter 29, Wintergate. Horse apples, Rainbow Dash managed to say, in between bites of greenery. This lettuce is so good, She gulped and smirked over the round wooden table. You gotta tell me, what do you put into this stuff? Lettuce, Austraeoh simply replied. He, Fulltrot, and the prismatic outsider sat on a wooden balcony. The elder's house in Winthrop overlooked a stretch of vertical rock faces, roaring with waterfalls. The Crushing diet is not exactly something we excel in providing. I do hope a vegetable, any vegetable, is to your liking. Sure as heck beats the same old bread I've been munching on for weeks on end. She smiled, her cheeks full in between savage gulps. Still though, I can't imagine you guys surviving entirely on meat. I'm rather surprised you've been willing to sit with us in spite of the fact, Austraeoh said. He and Fulltrot had identical bowls with noodles and brown stringy substances. We've had some guests from the west before, and they didn't even want to talk to us after they found their way to Weathergate. Weather what? Rainbow made a face. It's what the local population calls the region Winthrop is located in. Fulltrot explained. If you, a traveler, are coming from Austraeoh, then you're entering the westernmost fringe of the landscape. It's a very narrow strip with hilly valleys and jagged mountains dividing the Sea of Song to the west from the deserts of the Grand Choke of the east. Sounds kind of boring. Rainbow gulped, then smiled nervously. No offense. You wouldn't be the first outsider to think so, Austraeoh remarked, his wrinkly face smiling gently. Most ponies from the southern coastal cities don't bother staying any longer than a day in Winthrop. Aside from being a very remote town, this village caters to only local miners. There's very little opportunity for other Weathergaters to move in here. Several generations of families have lived and died along these mountainous slopes, all working on the same task. Rainbow Dash finished her bowl of greenery and sat back, gazing at them cautiously. And just what task is that? The mountain that stretches above us. Fulltrot gestured beyond the balcony's edge. That's no normal structure. Rainbow Dash smirked. I kinda figured as much. It looks like no other mountain I've seen. No pony knows the reason why, but it provides a special type of ore that cannot be found in the surrounding rock bodies. Fulltrot said. The nature of the rock's materials found within makes it easily malleable and useful in crafting various alloys. Over 7 centuries ago, our forebears stumbled upon this mountain, Austraeoh explained in a hushed voice. His weary eyes glinted with aged respect and reverie at the thought. We've been extracting minerals ever since. I have no doubt that the rock supply could support further descendants of ours for another 300 years. We are all very fortunate to have such a happy, peaceful place to live. Only. The elder winced, as regretting ever starting such a thought. Rainbow Dash gazed at him, then at Fulltrot. The smog? She murmured aloud. That really isn't natural, is it? It's not like any smoke I've ever smelled before. And the way it keeps going, at this altitude and this time of year, is pretty dang weird if you ask me. She rested both forelimbs on the table. Does any pony know just what's going on? We've been far more concerned with getting the equipment we need to deal with the fog. Fulltrot said. Rainbow squinted. Just what kind of equipment is this? Austraeoh suddenly spoke. The inclement weather began 20-odd years ago. At first, we thought it was a fire. Then as all the forest remained in one piece below us, we feared that some thermal part of the mountain had been exposed by our mining. But there wasn't a single hint of ash or heat, or any indication of a fire origin to this anomaly. Regardless, that hasn't stopped this viscous soup from increasing, to the point that we found it hard to try to cross the lofty town safely. What's more... Yeah? Rainbow asked. Austraeoh sighed hard, his features shaking. With the increase of fog, there's been... incidents. What kind of incidents? A new population of horrible and disgusting winged creatures. Fulltrot spoke up, gathering Rainbow's attention. They were merely a nuisance at first, raiding supplies and gnawing away at wooden structures in the heart of town. But, as the years grew by, and the fog became thicker, so did the resolve of these avid monstrosities. Like, in what way? Rainbow Dash's jaw clenched. What had they been doing? Hushtail's face was long as he gazed through the table between them.
We've lost a dozen of our kind in the last 5 years.
No frickin' way, Rainbow Dash murmured. They've been attacking villagers? Quite violently at times, Full Trot said. They're rather unpredictable. Have you tried, I don't know, fighting back?
We have so few tools at our disposal.
Hushtail spoke in a weary voice.
And we're so far away from the populous regions of Weathergate. We can only survive on our own devices. And those things are equipped to break stone, not feathers. No offense.
No offense. I know you're not talking about me. Rainbow Dash looked at Full Trot. So is that what this equipment is? You've been loading up on weapons to take out these suckers? Not exactly, Full Trot said. Oh? We've done a fair share on combating these monstrosities, the stallion said. But no matter how many we eliminate, their numbers simply increase. In the time we've taken to deal with them, we've discovered that they seem to thrive off the strange smog. Luckily, we encountered a group of wandering merchants years ago who were establishing mining colonies far north of us. And they knew of a traveling group of unicorn profiteers, selling all sorts of enchanted stones. Among the magical supply, there is a special crystal that can manipulate weather phenomenon at a short range. After a careful examination, we found that these crystals could be used to drive the fog away. However, the magical effect was down. We discovered this, and we knew we had to refill our stocks if we were going to keep the creatures at bay.
So we intimated a trade arrangement with the Minotaurs,
Hushtail said, with a bearish hint of a proud smile.
My good associate Full Trot would lead the caravan to their colony in the north. In exchange for the rocks they got from the unicorn trade ponies, we gave them samples of our mined resources. They'd give their mining resources to the unicorns, who gave them the enchanted stones. So you see, traveler, out here, in the middle of the mountainous nowhere, we established ourselves a fine circle of coexistence. Just 30 years ago, such an interaction would have been unheard of for Winthrop residents.
Still, it really stinks that you haven't found a solution to knock out these evil pests, Rainbow Dash said in a blunt tone. Mr. Full Trot, haven't you, at least tried to hang out at the Minotaur's colonies long enough to see these unicorns up close? And ask them face to face if they could, I don't know, send some pony up here to try and fight off the fog for good? I've tried many times to meet unicorns and other magical ponies. Full Trot said with a nod. I've been unsuccessful as of yet.
Besides, we've learned long ago not to rely on the magic of unicorns.
Hushtail explained.
I once sent my son, Slate Steed, to the Wingate capital Blessview down south, and no pony on the magical council was willing to help him. Unlike Austraeoh Chapter, the practice of Mount Wintergate is far too often weighed in money, none of which we have in great abundance.
But you have these minerals that the Minotaurs need, Rainbow Dash said. I guess you guys decided you needed all the help you could get.
It hasn't been an easy process,
Hushtail said solemnly.
With each pony we lost over the years, I think hard about the decisions I've made, but I remain resolute. Winthrop has never fallen to any outside power in half a millennium, and not about to let a flock of monsters make us defend our home with any less gusto.
Yeah, I can see that, Rainbow Dash remarked, nodding. Her gaze briefly focused on the waterfalls cascading outside.
Still, traveler, enough of us,
Hushtail said with a gray grin. He leaned forward.
I would love to hear more about the land you hail from.
Rainbow Dash flinched with her hooves on the table's edge. The West is not all it's cracked up to be.
Humor an old pony,
Hushtail remarked.
It's been a long time since I've seen one of your kind.
It's going to be nice soon, and the moon will be out. Rainbow Dash murmured aloud, her eyes tilting upward to the foggy expanse, stretching along the height of the mountain. I kinda have someplace to be.
Stay in our village for a few days. We will give you supplies for whatever journey you have ahead.
Wow, that's pretty darn nice of you, Rainbow Dash said with a smile. How much do I owe you guys? Hushtail merely smiled. Rainbow Dash rolled her eyes, groaned, and stood up. Alright, you win. Equestria 101 it is. I hope you don't mind if I flex my limbs for a bit.
Sounds perfectly fine.
Hushtail tried moving. Full tried how to help him get to his hooves.
We can take a walk while we converse.
Mind if I hover? I do my best talking when I hover.